joining us from the UK, and Selamat Sore to all those from Indonesia. I'm honoured to welcome you all today to the UK and Indonesian Interdisciplinary Sciences Forum. To begin with, I would like to briefly introduce myself. My name is Anna Barker, and I'm a first-year chemical engineering student at the University of Nottingham and the UKICIS liaison officer. I'm really honoured to have the opportunity to moderate this forum today. It's really not every day that a student so early on in their academic studies gets this sort of international experience with distinguished speakers and guests from the UK and Indonesia. Throughout this forum, we will witness the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding by the leaders of UKICIS founding universities from both the UK and Indonesia. This document is essentially an outline of the terms of the agreement from which UKICIS was established. Today, we have the honour to be graced by speakers such as the Indonesian Minister of Research and Technology, Bambang Brojonegoro, the Minister for Asia at the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, Nigel Adams, and Professor Carol Mundell, the UK Chief International Science Envoy. Moreover, we are privileged to have both the UK and Indonesian ambassadors in our presence today. His Excellency Desra Percaya, Indonesian Ambassador to the UK, Ireland and IMO, and His Excellency Owen Jenkins, UK Ambassador to Indonesia and Timor-Leste. Firstly, to begin the forum, I would like to give the opportunity to Mas Bagus Mulyadi, as the UKICIS coordinator, to open the forum and deliver an update of UKICIS progress so far. So over to you, Mas Bagus.
Okay, am I unmuted right now? Sorry. Okay, again, the Honorable Minister Bambang Brojonegoro, Minister Nigel Adams, Professor Carol Mundell, Your Excellency Ambassador Desra Percaya, Ambassador Owen Jenkins, all the distinguished guests, speakers, participants for today's historic event. Good morning, good afternoon to you in Indonesia. I am very privileged today and very happy to be joined by such distinguished participants. I am an academic at the University of Nottingham, but today I will also speak on behalf and as Indonesian. The UKICIS, or we call it UKICIS, is born out of a realization that we cannot stand alone as a country. And if there's anything that the pandemic had taught us, is that in order to face the greatest challenges, we have to work collaboratively. Now, the UKICIS aims to be the highway through which the UK and Indonesia can exchange knowledge, can transfer technologies. We believe that Indonesia, apart from being a very beautiful country that I really miss at the moment right now, haven't been able to travel for many moons. But apart from being beautiful, it is also what I believe genuinely and shared with other diaspora working in the UK institutions at the moment, is that it has the potential to be the next scientific superpower. And I deeply believe in it because as the world is scrambling and come together to find the alternative to fossil fuel as energy resource, sitting beneath the country is 40% of the world reserve in geothermal energy. Indonesia is the main producer for base minerals for battery. Indonesia has vast biodiversity from which we could exploit the new science and technology to come up with the best food and medicine for the future. Indonesia is a country of 700 languages. It is a testbed for social and cultural studies that I'm very proud of. Now, for this reason, I'm very happy to witness this historic event. We will sign an MOU in which the 6 universities, for the moment, 6 universities have shared their commitment to share resources, to bridge knowledge and transfer of technology between the 2 countries. And lastly, on behalf of Indonesian diaspora community in the UK, I would like to also highlight the role, the pivotal role of Indonesian diaspora as science diplomats of today. And through us, we wish that more and more British universities and Indonesian university can be included in this inclusive organization. We would aim to become a testbed for a free movement zone where staff and students can freely exchange ideas in the future And I'm so proud of the participation of the universities here that have helped set us an example of what it means to be global universities in today's age of pandemic and restricted international travel. So with that, I would like to welcome you again. And I thank you for your continuous participation. Moving forward, we definitely need your support to help us to grow and to make better bilateral relationship between the two great countries. And thank you very much for the time given to me. Over to you back, Anna. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Mas Bagus. Secondly, we now move on to the UKICIS founding members Memorandum of Understanding signing. The signing of the MOU will be witnessed by Minister Bambang and Minister Nigel Adams, as well as other academics and leaders from the UK and Indonesia. We will now have a short period of time to allow all the signatories to sign the memorandum with their camera on. Whilst they carry this out, I will introduce each of them in turn. So please could all the university leaders and Ambassador Desra Percaya start the signing process now collectively, and I will introduce you. So currently signing, we have the following people. Professor Christine Enu, who is provost at the University of Warwick. Professor Raini Wirahadikusuma, who is the rector at Institute Technology Bandung. Professor Raini is ITB's first ever female rector. For me personally, as a female student, it's incredibly inspiring to see women at the forefront of innovation in academia. Professor Richard Dashwood, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Research at Coventry University. Professor Arif Satria, Rector at IPB University. Professor Arif Satria has been with us several times and is a friend to the University of Nottingham. Professor Dame Jessica Corner, Pro-Vice Chancellor for Research and Knowledge Exchange at the University of Nottingham. Professor Panut Mulyono, Rector at Universitas Gadjah Mada. And finally, His Excellency Desra Percaya, Indonesian Ambassador to the UK, Ireland and IMO. Now, if you've all finished signing, can I ask you to please hold your signatures up to the camera like this, so that the Indian Embassy is able to capture a screenshot in celebration of this event. So yeah, faces and signatures.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite each of the university leaders to just deliver a few remarks regarding the signing of this memorandum. So Professor Christine Enu, would you kindly speak first?
Thank you. Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished rectors, professors, colleagues, my congratulations to everyone who's made this work. This, I think, is a really important initiative, and it's one that Warwick is absolutely delighted to support. We've been building a number of collaborations over the past 6 years, including with partner institutions in this room, partnerships around teaching and research. And I think we feel that this is a great opportunity to broaden and deepen those links. At the very start, when we first met to talk about UKICIS, we talked about the importance of collaboration, bringing people together. And one of the things I really like about the agreement we've just signed is the diversity of forms of collaboration that are built into the framework here. And of course, we know that people are key to making collaboration work. And that's one of the reasons why I think the diaspora are so important for the success of UKICIS. If we combine the emphasis on people, particularly the diaspora, with mechanisms such as the workshops, educational partnerships, exchange, these bring people together across countries, across disciplines. And that's important because so many of the challenges we face are interdisciplinary and do need global perspectives. And Bagus mentioned some of those earlier on. This is all about bringing together talented people to bring their skills to bear on problems, challenges, and to learn from each other. So I really look forward to seeing these various mechanisms in the framework translated into practice. I also, a bit like Bagus, look forward to opportunities for visits. In Bagus's case, it's going home. In my case, it's going back to visit colleagues and friends in Indonesia. And I think we should not underestimate the importance of actually the physical engagement, meeting people face to face, because that really does help to cement things. But equally, we must remember what we've learned over the past year about the opportunities for digital engagement, because our ability to work together in virtual environments has really been transformed over the past year. And of course, this is the year of COP26. I think it'll be some time before the digital finally replaces travel, but I think it's important that UKICIS commits itself to high levels of digital engagement, partly because that will enhance collaboration, it will create the opportunity for more frequent engagement, will increase efficiency, but most importantly, it will demonstrate our commitment to undertaking international collaboration, international research, international education, doing so in a way that is genuinely sustainable. For now, can I wish UKICIS every success? We're committed, we look forward to contributing, and I certainly look forward to celebrating success in future events. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Professor Raini Wirahadi Kusuma.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. I will be very brief. Ministers, ambassadors of both countries, Indonesia and United Kingdoms, and presidents of the 6 universities, Warwick, Nottingham, Coventry, UGM, IPB, and myself, and also distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mas Bagus, Mas Irwanda, dan kawan-kawan lain. I am representing ITB. We are very, very pleased to be part of UKICIS community. Certainly, this consortium provides a platform for Indonesia and UK universities to bridge the gap through the advancement of science and technology. In addition, the outreach activities and community engagement will make us stronger as world citizens. In this particular moment, facing this pandemic issue, but as well as to discover the solution for many, many other challenges. So let us work together hand in hand. We look forward to this great opportunity and most importantly, long-term friendships. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much. Professor Richard Dashwood.
Hi, welcome. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that we at Coventry University are really delighted to be part of this groundbreaking consortium that links the universities, both the United Kingdom and Indonesia, to address our sort of common research challenges through interdisciplinary science. I mean, this approach is something that we embed in our own research strategy at Coventry, where our 14 challenge-led transdisciplinary research centres tackle such challenges as health and well-being, clean growth and future mobility, sustainability, equity and resilience, and peace, security and social justice, to name but a few. This consortium is really important to us. It allows us to consolidate our strategic links in Indonesia. We've already established a number of funded projects with Indonesian universities in the areas of social resilience, funded by the Economic and Social Research Council, bridge safety, funded by the Royal Academy of Engineering, and maritime security, funded by the Newton Fund. We've also welcomed many Indonesian PhD scholars to the university, and we have a dedicated PhD scholarship program for Indonesian students, which we're committed to continuing for the foreseeable future. I also note that we have Professor Ali Gufron Mukti, who is an honorary doctorate from Coventry University, in attendance today. He has been a good friend of the university and been very influential in developing our links with Indonesia. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank him, but also to congratulate him on his new appointment as the President Director of the Indonesian National Health Service. I guess never before have we needed to bring international teams of researchers together to solve these global challenges. And whilst this conference today looks to approach the most immediate challenge of bringing this devastating virus under control, the global socio-economic impact of this pandemic will be with us for many years to come. And the talent contained within this consortium is well placed to help solve both these current and future challenges. At Coventry, we've already made steps to start looking at these future challenges. And this year, we've started 50 fully funded PhD projects looking to have an impact on the way we exist safely alongside COVID-19 and to explore solutions for future challenges as they begin to emerge. I guess in summary, Coventry University is truly excited by the prospect of this partnership, and we really look forward to working closely together over the next few years. Thank you.
Thank you. Professor Arif Satria.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Selamat siang, selamat pagi. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of IUB University, I'd like to extend a great appreciation and warmest greetings to the esteemed His Excellency Nigel Adams, Professor Bambang Brojonegoro as Indonesian Minister of Research and Technology, His Excellency Awan Jenkins, His Excellency Desra Percaya, and all UKICIS representatives, Professor Christine Enyu, Professor Reni Wirahadikusuma, Professor Richard Dashwood, Professor Nami Jessica Corner, Professor Panut Mulyono, all distinguished resource persons, speakers, moderator, all distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. As from IB University, I'd like to introduce Professor Dodi Ridwanul Rahmat as the Vice Rector for International Affairs, Collaboration and Alumni Relations, Dr. Berry Yuliandi as the Dean Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, and Professor Iskandar Zulkarnain as the Director of International Program. I congratulate again on the established research partnership between the two countries through the UK-Indonesia Consortium for Interdisciplinary Sciences, or UKICIS. The consortium is so special since Indonesia diaspora academics in the UK play a significant role during the establishment, and we agree through their role to build global resilience against pandemics. And this consortium meets also the Indonesian latest policy on higher education, research and innovation on impacts, of which fostering closer cooperation on pandemics is indispensable. For example, our significant contribution to realize the implementation of vaccination policies that requires strong network of governments, private sector, academia, healthcare workers, and the public. I welcome the UKICIS forum to address and identify very relevant challenges that new COVID-19 virus variants pose to vaccination efforts, as well as to brainstorm the ways to raise public awareness on the importance of vaccines and health protocols. As we know, Indonesia and UK are now administering millions of COVID-19 vaccines doses that of course face various local and global challenges. In addition, Indonesia scientists are also working together to develop vaccines using the local variants. And of course, we encourage UKICIS to join in the process of this vaccine development. On behalf of IB University, I sincerely look forward and hope the event's success today. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you. Professor Dame Jessica Corner.
Hello, and ministers, ambassadors, presidents, and other distinguished colleagues. It is absolutely wonderful to be part of this meeting today and really celebrate the formation of UKICIS. It's remarkable how quickly this development has come together, and how far so quickly we have made this collaboration really live, working, and ready to create some really important impacts between our countries. It is in no small way that we're very proud here at Nottingham of Bagus Mulyadi, who's helped to lead this development, and for Nottingham to be able to be one of the leading institutions with our 6 university collaborations. We're very proud to be part of that. And of course, it is the pandemic that over the last year has taught us so much about how important collective global collaboration is to try and solve these major challenges that we're facing, and how important our scientific work together is in order to overcome the things that we're facing. I think this collaboration and this development is really an example of science diplomacy at its best, in bringing great minds, great knowledge sets, people that have all sorts of skills together to share how we take forward the issues we're facing. And through this, we will deepen our relationship between our 2 countries, between our institutions, between our sharing of people and exchange of culture, and all the other things that come out of these partnerships. So I'm really very proud to be here today, to be part of this. And I did want to just say, I'm also very proud of Anna Barker, who is hosting us and coordinating us today. Very extraordinary to be doing that so eloquently, Anna. So wonderful for you to be with us doing this. So thank you very much. I look forward to seeing how we progress our work together.
Thank you very much. It really is an honour to be here with everyone. And finally, could Professor Panut Mulyono give his...
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning for UK, good afternoon for Indonesia. May peace be upon all of you. His Excellency Minister Bambang Permadi Sumantri Brojonegoro, His Excellency Minister Nigel Adams, Professor Carol Model, His Excellency Ambassador Owen Jenskins, His Excellency Ambassador Desra Percaya, our best friends, my best friends, Professor Ali Gufron, Dr. Ismunadar, Professor Arif Satria, Profesor Rini Wirahadikusuma, Profesor Christine Enyu, Profesor Dim Jessica Kane, Profesor Richard Gaswood, Profesor Quatriana, Profesor Lauren Diang, Profesor Bagus Mulyadi, Profesor Benny, Dr. Ines, Vice Rectors, Pro Vice Chancellor, Professors, Dean, Director, Steering Committee, members of UKICIS, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to be with you all today. I remember UKICIS was established in August last year. I said at that time, UGM is happy and proud to be part of the founding members together with our colleges in IPB, ITB, Coventry University, Nottingham University, and Warwick University. I have always been informed how UKICIS has been working swiftly and diligently to respond to the latest development of COVID-19 and other strategic issues faced by Indonesia, UK, and the world. I'm happy that in a short time, UKICIS has developed into solid and active consortium. Collaboration between Indonesia and UK has been a long tradition. The establishment of UKICIS will only strengthen the already good collaboration. UKICIS is even more special since it is supported by Indonesian diaspora working in British universities. With the signing of the MOU, I'm confident that ties will be stronger and we will be able to transform this agreement into executable and impactful collaboration. This celebration today is certainly not the ultimate goal. This is a solid foundation of friendship, upon which we will build series of joint activities. This is a formulation of this consortium as the basis of real collaborations in the near future. Possibilities are endless. We are looking forward to real work for real impact. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. We will now play a short video which outlines the launching of the UKICIS website, which happened recently. Oh, that's actually the first time I've seen that video. What a fantastic resource that's going to be for the consortium and its publicity worldwide. We now move on to the main webinar of this forum, which will be primarily focused on global health security. In the past months, the news has been filled with reports of newly emerging variants of COVID-19, which have hit countries hard and dampened hopes. The aim of this forum today essentially is to address and identify challenges that new COVID virus variants pose to vaccination efforts, as well as to brainstorm ways to raise public awareness on the importance of vaccines. I would now like to give the opportunity to the UK and Indonesian ambassadors to give their opening remarks, starting with Ambassador Owen Jenkins.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anna, for that introduction. And thank you to everybody for allowing me to be part of this wonderful event today. Your Excellency, Mr. Nigel Adams, MP, Minister for Asia at the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office. Your Excellency, Professor Bambang Brojonegoro, Minister for Research and Technology, Republic of Indonesia. Your Excellency, Dr. Desra Percaya, Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia to the UK, Ireland and the IMO, Professor Carol Mundell, Professor Ali Gufron Mukti, esteemed chancellors and rectors and colleagues and friends from the science and university community. It's a real pleasure to be here today and making opening remarks at such a wonderful event. One of our earlier speakers talked about UKICIS as a prime example of science diplomacy, and I think that's absolutely right. It's a wonderful initiative, and I'm very grateful to Ambassador Desra Percaya for hosting this event, and in particular to Minister Bambang Brojonegoro for his continued support for the UK-Indonesia Science and Technology Partnership more widely. And I think that partnership is so strong and such a big part of our bilateral relationship, because both the UK and Indonesia recognize that science, technology, innovation and research are fundamental to modern economies, fundamental to our growth, to development, to our prosperity and successes as societies. And we've put our money where our mouth is in that, and both the UK and Indonesia have come together to fund research under the Newton Fund, under the GCRF and others, to fund projects which really make a difference to people's lives. We funded projects which increase crop yields, make them more resistant to climate change. We funded work on how to strengthen defences against extreme weather events and to better predict where those events and when those events might happen, and how to prevent the spread of infectious diseases, the topic of today's webinar. We are very close partners on health, including on the response to the COVID-19 pandemic. And we both recognise how important science is to help us both respond to and recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. And that's included collaboration on developing vaccines, therapeutics and diagnostic tests, as well as how to recover from the pandemic once we're through. And in the context of that, I did want to mention the point which Anna's just referred to, which is the worrying emergence of new variants of the COVID-19 virus and its ability to mutate at speed and threaten some of the hard-won progress that we've made, needs to be matched and is being matched by the speed of the science to respond to that, to map and identify those genomic variants and to make sure that the pandemic doesn't have a new lease of life. The UK's own genomic expertise has the capacity to find new variants of SARS-CoV-2, the virus which causes COVID-19. And through the launch of the new variant assessment platform, which will be led by Public Health England, we can offer high resolution data to detect changes in the virus, both regionally and globally. And that offer can include both training and resources, such as personnel and equipment, for countries and partners around the world. We hope that this offer might complement the already very impressive work which is going on in Indonesia through RISTEC and through institutions like the Eichmann Institute, which already have the capacity to genome sequence viruses and are contributing to the global database and understanding of the new variants. So if we can work together on that issue, I think that will strengthen our partnership even further. I'm certain that this forum will be a fantastic way of taking forward that partnership, of bringing together the great minds that I see in front of me on the screen in both Indonesia and the United Kingdom to find collaborative solutions to the development challenges and the health challenges that we face, and to find ways of innovating to tackle the challenges which the global crisis is facing with us. The Memorandum of Understanding which has been signed today is a wonderful basis to take more initiatives under UKICIS and to ensure that the diaspora science communities in both countries can work together and grow long-term partnerships. I'm really proud that the UK and Indonesia are sharing our expertise in this way. I wish the consortium all the best, and I hope today's event goes well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Ambassador Desra Percaya to give his opening remarks.
Thank you very much, Anna. Your Excellencies, Professor Bambang Brojonegoro, Minister of Research and Technology, Minister Nigel Adams, MP, UK Minister of State for Asia, Professor Carol Mandel, UK Chief International Science Envoy, my good friend, Ambassador Owen Jenkins, leaders of UKICIS founding members, University, Professor Dame Jessica Corner, Professor Christine Enyu, Professor Richard Dashwood, Professor Arif Satria, Professor Reni Wirahadikusuma, Professor Panut, members of UKICIS Steering Committee, esteemed panelists, Professor Lawrence Young, Professor Ali Gufron Mukti, Professor Kuat Triana, and Dr. Ines Atmo Sukarto, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are entering a new era of Indonesia-UK partnership in science and innovation. It is a priority partnership of my ambassadorship as mandated by President Joko Widodo to accelerate Indonesia's human capital development in achieving sustainable economic growth as well as contributing to address global challenges. August last year was marked by one important development in the history of our bilateral relations. It was the founding of UKICIS, a truly great addition to our endeavors in human capital development, a timely initiative against the backdrop of the fourth industrial revolution, the digital revolution, not to mention the intertwined health and economic challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. Indeed, in times of pandemic, research and innovation are of paramount importance. In Indonesia's case, to support the attainment of national health security and accelerate economic recovery. I am glad that UKICIS has materialized the strong commitment of our joint efforts in research and innovation cooperation into the signing of MOU of its establishment involving 6 Indonesia's and UK's universities. Excellencies, UK is home to the significant and best universities and research institutions. It is no wonder that more than 3,000 Indonesian students currently pursued higher education in the UK, and I'm pretty sure their number will continue to grow. With the new normal in the education sector, changing the way we learn and conduct research, I believe there is even greater room for us to strengthen research cooperation between our two countries creatively and innovatively. In this regard, Indonesia welcomes the UK government's recent announcement to establish the Advanced Research and Invention Agency area in the near future, which will support the most progressive innovative researchers by avoiding unnecessary bureaucracies and experimenting with different funding models. Rest assured, the embassy team and I will do our utmost to support UKICIS missions to develop leading-edge knowledge and excellence to address various societal challenges in Indonesia, to enhance educational, economic, and socio-cultural links between the two countries through community engagement, to expedite knowledge exchange, and to increase research impact and the chances research findings reaching key stakeholders. Finally, allow me also to express my sincere appreciation to Minister Bambang Brojonegoro, Minister Nigel Adams, and Professor Carol Mendel for their readiness to take part and also deliver keynote speech later on. And allow me also to wish you all a very fruitful discussion with concrete follow-up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next in the agenda, I'm honoured to welcome both Minister Nigel Adams and Professor Carol Mundell, who will now deliver their keynote speeches.
Thank you very much, Anna, and brilliantly chaired and organised. I'm delighted to be here today and to be joined by such experts in this field. I would like to thank the Indonesian Embassy for hosting today's event and Minister Bambang for his continuing support of the UK-Indonesia Research and Innovation Partnership. Events such as this forum are so important because it's clear that no one country can fight COVID alone. Vaccines are the way out of this pandemic, and they're the best way to protect people from coronavirus. And this will save thousands of lives. And it's a global problem, as we're all aware, and it requires a global solution. And on Friday, 19th of February, the Prime Minister confirmed that the United Kingdom will share the majority of any future surplus coronavirus vaccines from our supply with the COVAX procurement tool. This is in addition to the £548 million that the UK has donated to help countries access coronavirus vaccine through COVAX. I was delighted to hear that the Indonesian Foreign Minister Marsudi was recently elected as co-chair of the COVAX Advanced Market Commitment Engagement Group. Our partnership with Indonesia is a very special one, and I was delighted to learn that the UK has become one of India's top 5 partners in research and innovation. The partnerships that have been created between our researchers will serve our communities incredibly well. And I also welcome the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding on Science Collaboration today. The extraordinary impact of COVID-19 and the global response to the pandemic has demonstrated the vital importance of research collaboration and the significance of science and research at the heart of government-to-government cooperation. And despite the challenging context in which we will all be working for some time, the United Kingdom is committed to supporting science and research in our international partnerships. And this consortium puts into practice the commitment between the UK and Indonesian governments to support research and knowledge partnerships, including in building resilience against pandemics. The Indonesian diaspora is making an important contribution to our universities, and we have heard earlier how this initiative between the universities of Nottingham, Warwick, Coventry, and the 3 institutes and universities in Indonesia continue to deepen the science and innovation relationship between our countries. The United Kingdom government recognises that a global pandemic requires global solutions. And to fight this disease, it's essential that we work closely with other countries, including Indonesia, to share our learnings and collaborate internationally on any vaccination programme. And also feedback from these forums can be used to think creatively and improve vaccine programmes globally. So thank you very much for all of you for attending. It's already been a fascinating event. I now understand I have the pleasure of handing over to Professor Carol Mundell, who is our International Science Envoy, for her keynote speech.
Thank you, Minister Adams, and thank you, distinguished guests and participants, for inviting me to speak today. I would like to thank the Indonesian Embassy for hosting this incredibly important event, and Minister Bambang for his continuing support for the UK-Indonesia Research and Innovation Partnership. As the Minister described, the UK has become one of Indonesia's top 5 partners in research and innovation due to the excellent collaboration built up over recent years. In the past 6 years under the Newton Fund, the UK and Indonesia jointly rolled out 28 calls under 16 schemes. These involved over 300 individuals from 126 organisations in both countries. Recent joint activities include projects in infectious disease to develop cost-effective technologies, studies on the impact of COVID-19 on Indonesian female migrant workers and their families, and collaboration between the UK Met Office and their Indonesian partners on monitoring and forecasting extreme weather events. I'm sure there are many other opportunities for the UK and Indonesian researchers to work together. One that's particularly close to my heart is the Square Kilometre Array organisation, which I was delighted to see established recently. This is a global mega science project to build the world's largest radio telescope, an innovative data science effort to open a new window in the universe, and it will inspire the next generation of scientists and engineers for some time to come. It would be fantastic to explore opportunities for securing access to the SKA for the Indonesian science community. I'm also really proud of the contribution academics from the Indonesian diaspora are making to our universities, and we've heard wonderful examples this morning. And it's through initiatives such as UKICIS, including our work, your work on the pandemic resilience, that our bilateral partnership will continue to flourish. And as Minister Adams described, today is about the vaccine focus day, and such forums as this will present a key opportunity to share knowledge. I hope there will be incredibly fruitful discussion today on improving vaccine programs globally, and I wish you all the best for your meeting today. I'm not an epidemiologist or a vaccinologist. I'm an astrophysicist and physicist by background, but as a member of the SAGE group of scientists which advises the UK government, I'd like to set out some brief reflections on how we've tried to expedite vaccine development in the UK during this pandemic. Vaccine development is a complex process at the best of times. It requires collaboration from experts, government, and the private sector, and it usually takes many years to deliver results. During a pandemic like COVID-19, the stakes are so high, and the pressure on our scientists and our engineers and the public glare can't be overstated. In the UK, our success in vaccine development over the last year has rested on two foundations. The first has been the sustained investment over many years in our medical research infrastructure and in the creation of networks between government, academia, and industry. The second has been our ability to react quickly to the emergence of COVID-19 and to adapt our system to enable the fastest possible response. Once a vaccine has produced enough data to demonstrate its safety, efficacy, and quality, the UK has two regulatory routes open to authorise it for deployment. The first of these permits the deployment of medicines on a temporary basis to meet certain specified public health needs, such as those arising from a pandemic. It allows the UK to authorise the use of a vaccine quickly while still complying with all the necessary safety and quality standards which are applied by the medicines regulator. This is called the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, or the MHRA. The second, more routine option is for the MHRA to issue a product licence based on their assessment of the vaccine's safety, efficacy, and quality. The MHRA has used flexibilities such as rolling review to ensure that decision-making is as fast as is feasible without compromising safety. These flexibilities have allowed the UK to authorise use of the Pfizer, Oxford, AstraZeneca and the Moderna vaccines within weeks of their phase 3 safety and efficacy data becoming available. Finally, we continue to conduct rigorous surveillance of vaccines post-deployment. This is critical, including a major ongoing study to assess the effect of the vaccines on new variants of the virus. And it's thanks to these measures, vaccines that would normally take years and years have been developed at lightning speed in just 18 months. And on deployment, this is also a critical part of the whole vaccine programme. An enormous effort of work has taken place to ensure that we have the logical expertise, transport and workforce to roll out a vaccine according to clinical priority at speed and efficiently and safely, as quickly as it's as manufactured. The deployment of COVID-19 vaccines was a large challenge, and part of the challenge in deployment of the vaccine has been increasing the uptake and raising awareness. Science only works if the society accepts the scientific advances. And the COVID-19 vaccine uptake plan was published on the 13th of February. Our collective aim is to improve vaccine uptake across all communities. The approach is underpinned by 4 enablers at national, regional, and local level. We work in partnership with community groups and we work with trusted interlocutors. We remove barriers faced by certain communities. We ensure we have data and evidence to understand where we need to focus our efforts, including understanding which groups are more hesitant. NHS England data is published on a daily basis with local authorities and local authority directors of public health receiving daily updates on vaccine uptake in their areas. This is broken down into small areas and also by ethnicity so that they can adjust their strategy accordingly. Engaging directly with communities to provide them with as much information as possible to help answer their questions and allay any residual fears or concerns. Senior clinicians at the Department for Health, Social Care, and Public Health England and the NHS are devoting time to media interviews and audience questions and answers. And this level of engagement is critical to reassure the public on the safety and the efficacy of the vaccines. Government ministers as well and our senior clinicians are working closely with faith and community groups across the country to help them support their own communities. Funding has also been allocated to 60 councils and voluntary groups across England to expand work to support those most at risk from COVID-19 and to boost this vaccine uptake. This funding specifically targets areas with plans to reach groups such as older people, disabled people, and people from minority ethnic backgrounds who appear to be, through the data, typically more vaccine hesitant. And as we've heard already, the new variants present a new challenge to our vaccine efforts. The government has established an expert advisory group to identify the variants that the UK could need vaccines against, and scientists are seeking to better understand the impact of variants on vaccines currently being used. To ensure the country is prepared for future scenarios, whilst future evidence is gathered, the government is planning for a revaccination campaign. This is likely to run later in the year. Over the longer term, revaccination is likely to become a regular part of managing the COVID-19 virus. Both Pfizer-BioNTech and Oxford-AstraZeneca vaccines appear to work very well against the current dominant strains of COVID-19 in the UK. Continuing to administer these vaccines at scale remains key to bringing the virus under control and enabling restrictions to be lifted safely. The government and CureVac have entered a new partnership to allow the development of mRNA vaccines in response to variants, and we've procured an initial 50 million doses. The agreement will leverage the UK's world-leading expertise on genomics and virus sequences to allow new varieties of vaccines based on messenger RNA technology to be developed quickly against new strains of COVID-19 should they be needed. Vaccine manufacturers are working tirelessly to update their existing vaccines, and we're closely working with them on this. So to sum up, it's clear to me that there are no easy solutions to the challenges that are posed by COVID-19. But as the Prime Minister set out in his 5-point plan to address the challenge of COVID and future pandemics, international collaboration is absolutely critical. And this is why I'm absolutely delighted to be speaking to you in this forum to promote the very concept of partnership. And I wish you all the best for a productive discussion, and congratulations again on today's signing. Thank you.
Thank you. The last of our keynote speeches will be delivered by Minister Bambang, so I would like to welcome him to give his keynote speech.
Thank you, Anna. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all the participants in the UK, and good afternoon for all participants in Indonesia. Excellencies, Mr. Nigel Adams, MP, UK Minister of State for Asia, Professor Carol Mandel, UK Chief International Science Envoy, Ambassador Besra Percaya, Ambassador Owen Jenkins, and also rectors, presidents, or chancellors from UKICIS founding member universities, from Nottingham Universities, Warwick Universities, Coventry University, as well as IPB, ITB, and Universitas Gadjah Mada, and also all the esteemed panelists, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to appreciate and give salute to the signing by the 6 UKICIS founding member universities. The signing related to the research collaboration among 6 universities has been initiated by tireless effort from our 6 young scientists, including diaspora in UK. And we hope that this international research collaboration will improve not only the quality of research in Indonesia, but also to promote more innovation coming from Indonesia. Of course, with a strong collaboration with respectable universities and scientists from UK, including the diaspora. And this type of international collaboration has been one of our main strategy to improve research quality and promoting more innovation in Indonesia. We already developed some collaboration with other countries, also with several universities, but I think the UKICIS scheme, I think is quite unique because it is initiated by the Indonesians who happen to be the diaspora in the 3 universities in UK, and they are collaborating with their counterpart in Indonesia. And thankfully, today we can witness the signing for this understanding, and we hope the UKICIS will function fully when it's already in effect. Regarding today, this month, February, for me personally, this February is quite unique because just a year ago, February 2020, I did my last overseas trip. And quite interestingly, it was to UK. And at that time, I was only 5 months in my new position as Minister of Research and Technology, because previously I served more an economic minister in finance and also planning. So when I visited UK, I learned a lot about how UK developed the science and innovation. In fact, the design of our new organization, National Agency for Research and Innovation, used the main reference from UKRI, UK Research and Innovation. And I think the long-term collaboration between Indonesia and UK through Newton Fund also give me an inspiration on how to increase the bilateral relation between Indonesia and UK in terms of science and innovation. Regarding COVID-19, we remember that several months ago, there was news globally that there is new variants of COVID-19 virus. It's called B117, and it was found or discovered in UK, and it made the spike in terms of number of infectious people in UK, and to some extent there was, if I'm not mistaken, kind of lockdown in the southeastern part of UK or England. And the issue that becomes more interesting to us is that how can UK find this type of new variant of COVID-19 virus? The answer is UK has the best genomic surveillance in the world. And that's why UK can find this new type of mutation, new variant of COVID-19 virus, and knows how to handle that. And already did some preliminary research on the impact of the new variants to the severity of the disease, to the rate of infection, as well as to the impact to the vaccine development. And based on that, or inspired by what UK has been doing, I myself, as Minister of Research, already did some kind of whole genome sequencing since March last year. However, our whole genome sequencing is for more research purpose, not really for surveillance. But with this UK experience, then I called my colleague, Minister of Health, to make some kind of collaboration to carry out the Indonesia National Genomic Surveillance. And finally, we did that. I mean, we formed the collaboration, and now Indonesia started to have a better genomic surveillance, especially to monitor the existence of new variant or new mutation of COVID-19 virus. So far, we haven't found any new variants either from UK, South Africa, Brazil, or any other part of the world. But of course, we need to do more intensive whole genome sequencing as well as some targeted sequencing in order to find out whether there has been new mutation or variants in Indonesia. Regarding the vaccine, we know that Indonesia already ordered, I think, quite significant amount of vaccine from AstraZeneca. And what I understand, AstraZeneca worked with Oxford University in developing their COVID-19 vaccine using adenovirus platform. Of course, we would like to learn more about vaccine development from UK, especially on the research side, on the R&D side. But at the same time, we also appreciate that UK has been very supportive in making sure vaccine will be available for everybody in the world, not only for UK, not only for Indonesia, but for everybody through their participation in COVAX. And regarding the COVID-19 management in Indonesia, later in the next session, Indonesia would like to proudly announce the new invention called breathalyzer. The name of the breathalyzer is Genos. Actually, it was created by Gadjah Mada University, and the inventor, Professor Kuat Riana, will be one of the speakers in the next session. And we hope this kind of innovation will also be beneficial for everybody, because this can detect people who are infected with COVID-19, and they can produce the result, negative or positive, less than 2 minutes, and with the accuracy more than 90% compared to the PCR test. So we hope this kind of collaboration in research and innovation between Indonesia and UK will last forever. And we hope that the experience of UK, the advancement of technology in UK can be learned and can create the transfer of technology to Indonesia. Now we are trying to develop our own COVID-19 vaccine. We still need more time, and we still need to learn both at the research side as well as the manufacturing side. And of course, with this kind of collaboration, our ability to produce and distribute vaccine later can be accelerated. And we know UK is one of the most important source of vaccine development in the world. So again, thank you for the opportunity to meet all of you, and also congratulations on the signing for the research collaboration among 6 founding members of UKICIS. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. I've now been made aware that both Minister Bambang and Minister Nigel now have other commitments to attend to. So I would like to thank them kindly for their participation in today's event and excuse them from the forum at this point. Thank you very much. The final hour of this forum will take the form of a presentation and discussion regarding the challenges of new COVID-19 variants and vaccination strategies, as well as proposed actions to raise awareness